Hello, internet friends. My name is Rich. You can call me Darth Geekula. You can also call me the guy banned from the dollar store on Ellardale Street for writing bad checks. It doesn't matter. I still thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. Today, I want to do yet another favorite of 2016 list. This time, it is my favorite DC action figures of 2016. My 5 favorite DC action figures of 2016, and let's call a spade a spade. It's pretty much my 5 favorite Batman-related characters of 2016. Unlike Marvel Comics that have Marvel Legends as sort of the all-encompassing default Marvel action figure wave, DC doesn't have that. When DC Universe Classics was around by Mattel, that was the DC line where all the figures were in the same style. You could do some great universe building. Now, Mattel is making DC figures again with a little more regularity with their multiverse line. But it's sort of slow going until I think we see some more DC movies. DC Collectibles is making some great figures, but they do different types of series, different scales, different styles. Not all DC collectible figures are meant to sort of go together. They have sort of different sublines. So this is kind of a mishmash of different styles and different figure lines to make this list. But there are still some pretty cool figures. So again, these aren't necessarily the best DC or Batman figures of 2016. These are my personal favorites. So at number 5, we have what I consider to be a very underrated character. It is the armored Batman from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, a movie I will defend until my dying breath. Good articulation, but not great. Ankle pivot would go a long way in helping this guy stand. He also has one of my big pet peeves, which is he does not have, I gotta cut my nails. He does not have a trigger finger for his sort of kryptonite grenade launcher. I also really wish he'd come with a kryptonite spear as an extra accessory. Still, this is all new tooling, all new sculpting. I think it actually is a pretty good Ben Affleck mouth. I think it's a great figure. It's not the best armored Batman, but it's from Batman versus Superman. But it's the only one I have, and I still think it's a great figure. And I think it's the best figure of all the figures Mattel made for Batman v Superman. I think this is the best one. I think it's an underrated figure. Okay, at number 4, also from the fine folks at Mattel, is the DC Multiverse Endgame Joker, based on the very creepy Scott Snyder storyline. I think this is a great figure. It does use that DC Universe Classic suit buck, which really needs to be updated. Again, like most Mattel figures, good, okay to good articulation, not great, but I just love that head sculpt. He also comes with a skinned face. I believe that's his face, and I won't even try to explain that right now. I just think this is a great figure. DC Collectibles also did this version of the Joker. I think this is on par with it. And there might be some new pieces because he's actually a little taller than I believe that suit buck usually is. So maybe a little bit of extra parts on this guy, but it actually looks like the Greg Capullo Joker. Very subtly. It's not overly stylized to look like that. I think this is also a really underrated figure. So there you go. The Endgame Joker by Mattel as part of DC Multiverse. Okay. At number... Armored Batman was 5. Joker was 4. In case I screw up the numbers, which I sometimes do. At number 3, we have DC Icons Harley Quinn. The best Harley Quinn figure in 6-inch scale. Really nice figure. I think it's superior to the Mattel classic Harley Quinn. She comes with a bunch of extra hands, great accessories. I love that head sculpt. DC Icons sort of was a line I was going to go all in on, and then I realized I was sort of buying 6-inch scaled action figures of characters that I already owned in the DC Universe Classics line. So I've kind of cooled off on it a bit, but this Harley Quinn is an amazing figure. And if you squint your eyes, she can kind of even fit in with your DC Universe Classics figure. She's a little too short, but I do think of Harley Quinn as kind of a smaller woman. So it can work, but just a great figure. If you like Harley Quinn, you should pick her up. At number 4, also from the fine folks at DC Collectibles, from the Batman the Animated Series line, it is Harvey Bullock, and this figure is fantastic. A figure of a character I didn't know we'd ever get, but desperately wanted. Commissioner Gordon almost made this list, but ultimately I'm giving it to Bullock. It looks great. It's a great character from the animated series. I love that line by DC Collectibles. He also comes with a donut and a donut half-eaten. So that pretty much assured him he'd be on this list. Great accessories. I love this figure, and I love the Batman the Animated Series line. Okay, and at, what number did I say Harvey Bullock was? Because he's number 2. I may have said a totally wrong number, but he is number 2. At number 1, we have another armored Batman by Mattel, but it is the Dark Knight Returns armored Batman from DC Multiverse. Another underrated figure, I think. Great sculpting. He looks like Frank Miller's artwork off the page. This is also a sentimental favorite because this is an action figure I have wanted since I read The Dark Knight Returns. And again, if you want me to gush more about this figure, you can check out in the description below my 5 favorite action figures overall of 2016. This guy was also on that list, so it makes sense that he would be my favorite DC/Batman related character of 2016. There you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to disagree vehemently, if need be, with me in the comments below. And also in the description below, I'll put in a couple links to my other favorite list of 2016 so far. All right, guys, thanks a lot, and until next time, I will see ya.